Hold on,
Georgia,
pause.
Florida. By the way, I will be in Florida this weekend, so you might want to tune in to www.kcaaradio.com and you can find me there. Hopefully, you will tune in. Well, today's segment we'll have two. We'll have a serious topic in segment one about a new part of the feminist movement I heard of, and it's called the soft girl movement or soft life movement. Secondly, in the second segment, we will be talking about our sports, which is Inland Raider and Skittles weekly sports wrap up.
Yes.
For right now, let's talk about some pure Kane World news.
Okay.
It's a lot going on. I just watched a video with our president, Donald Trump. I guess it's the 250th year that America has earned its freedom from Britain. Well, for the black community, that wasn't our case. But we'll move on to say 1776 hot dogs, hamburgers, and apple pie, the United States. But what caught my attention was he gave a shout out to colonialism. And he said they are teams, them and the British. So I say to you, whoever opposes the word colonialism, it's still in effect today. And you heard our government say they are still supporting that cause. The colonized countries, what do you say about that? How do you feel today? Well, you can call into the Pure K News at 909-383-1000. Or you can find me at jamescaneexperience.com. Let's move on to something else that's going on in the news. We have a problem. I was watching 60 Minutes when they said our Navy is securing, well, policing the Strait of Hamas, and we are in control. Well, on other hands, they say that we shouldn't have went into this war by, I say a war by any definition of war. It doesn't look like casualties of war. It just looked like a coup and regime change, which regime has been changed, but we don't go too much into that today. Time won't permit us to. So, what we will look at is Hamas, the Strait. Our oil prices is at an all-time high. But I can't say this is the first time because I remember in the 70s when gasoline was like this and you had to go to odd and even day. I know some of us that's older in the tooth remember these days when you couldn't get gas on Thursday, only on Friday. You couldn't get gas on Saturday, only on Sunday. So these crises, like Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. So be patient, be vigilant, and watch what's going on with this oil. Because remember, we don't went to Venezuela, and what did our president say there? Well, we're gonna put more of our companies in Venezuela, and now we will see an increase in oil. So, what we call that 211, I will say it sounds like a 211, which those who don't know, that's robbery. Are we robbing these countries or is it done for democracy? It's your opinion. You talk. But I'm just stating some facts. Well, let's move off of that. Let's get into the segment where we will talk about this soft girl movement in turn. But first, I would like to bring in my inner circle.
Yes, Skittles is here today.
Hello,
So,
Skittles. How are you
yes.
doing today?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing just fine.
Okay, I have to ask you that because we are in the James Bouquet studio, so I would like to let our listeners know that we're not together, but we should be back in the KCA studios
Yes.
next week.
Yes.
So, this soft girl, soft girl movement or soft life,
Yeah.
is this something new or have you heard about this?
So, I never heard of this until you brought it up. So, I had to do, for people out there that don't know, like I didn't, so I had to do the definition. So, a soft life is about choosing peace over pressure, rest over burnouts, and happiness over consistently providing yourself. It's not about being lazy. It's about bringing international with your time, your energy, and your life.
I love that. That is a, although it's a component of,
Yes.
I will say, feminism,
Yes.
is the hardcore. Remember when women were saying that they need to be tough, they need to
Yep.
be hard, they need to be just as strong as men. But
Mm-hmm.
this concept of soft is not soft at all. It's just
Mm-hmm.
what therapy, from my information, has been teaching for a long, long time.
Uh-huh.
W- So I looked into the soft life and I went to the Life Stance Health, where I seen an article from Eva Takufu, and she explained exactly, Skittles, what you
Mm-hmm.
said about rest,
Uh-huh.
peace, not overworking yourself to prove your worth. See, some black men been asking for these women for decades because when we came home, we know living black in America is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come home, you want your mate to feel or take some of that pressure off of you. You don't want to be where everyone is tensed all the time. So for men, we want that elegance. We want to go back to where women wore silk robes. You go in the kitchen, they cooking, or you cooking. It didn't matter.
Right. It
But
didn't
it
matter.
was, you knew the difference in role and you knew the difference that women were women.
Yeah,
Y-
exactly.
Now it's okay if you want to be someone who dress in that fashion, like wearing tight pants.
Mm-hmm.
But for me in my area, no. The women back then liked a man who wore his pants. Wore man, but wore his pants just right. And boy, were these sharp. We used to have those shoes on, them slacks. Come in there with those dress shirts on, and you come in that house tired. Women just loved their men back 60s,
Right.
70s, and 80s. I guess it's still like that in some parts of the world. But right now, we tend to let social media and its picture of how we should be rule us. But we'll move on to more uh, the soft life
Yes.
because this is not a new term, it's not a new trend. Even though Western civilization has taken it, we might say the youth, and made it into a luxury movement. And a lot of people believe they can marry interracially a wealthy man. So it's kind of teaching your daughters or and your sons. It's telling your sons that they're not good enough as black men. They're not good enough. That means mothers, because most of the time, mothers teach the household, educate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you really, women really need to look at things that they're saying, how they're depicting men, is because your sons are watching you. They're listening. And when you say, oh, your daddy's no good, or black men, we can't find good black men, you're telling your son he's hopeless. He's
Yeah.
nothing. He's not worth nothing, because you're saying that to someone else's son while someone is saying that about your son. So maybe we need to look at how we're choosing our conflict, and how we can choose to resolve with a better way of conflict resolution.
Mhm.
Now, this term came from black women from Nigeria. We must give a shout out to them because it's an old movement, and this was their way of not looking at, I guess, the hardcore women movement. Because if you have soft, you must have hard. They exist together,
Yep.
one by one. You can be hard in certain areas, and you can be soft in others. I understand that, because in our day in society, I think that's the way to be. Sometimes you got to be hard,
Yeah.
but sometimes you can turn it on down and just be soft. It's okay. It's okay, young ladies. It's okay to listen to a man. Not just hearing, but listen
Mhm.
to him. And men, it's the same way. It's okay to listen to your mate, your woman, your sister. Just don't hear them. Listen to them. Because maybe if we start listening, then a lot of our miscommunication will not continue. Because that's what we striving for, greatness. And there's great in the black community. It's always. We are always great, but we choose to be poor, we choose to make bad decisions, and we choose to hold on to depression and the traumas that was created. But although they was created, that don't mean we have to hold on to them. I was telling someone
Mhm.
the other day about hangups. A hangup to me is like a hanger. Do you want to take that hang up down, or do you want to hang that hang up? A lot of mine, I choose to hang them up. Put them there, slide them like old clothes that you know you're never going to wear. They're 40s and you're now 46 and you're still eating fast food. So the odds of you going back to a 40 are very slim.
Right.
So to those who's doing it, I'm talking to myself.
Right.
And but it's okay, because I know there's people thinking just like me, because fast food is still making a lot of money.
Yeah, that
So,
is true.
th- so for those who's tuning in, this is the James Kane Experience, and this is the 4 o'clock Insights on KCAA Radio. Skittles,
Yes.
can you please hit us with number one of the
Yes,
core
ma.
components of the soft life movement?
Okay, so number 1, healthy boundaries that protect time and energy. So, as a woman, we often expect to give so much of our ourselves, our time, our energy, and even our peace to others. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it is necessary. Protecting your time means you value and understand that you you cannot pour into others if you are constantly empty yourself.
Yeah, I'll say that is true. If you
Mhm.
are empty, then you need to be whole. You need to be full. If you're giving your time to
Yes.
someone else, time is important,
Yes, it
because
is.
more than money, more than anything in this world, SpaceX, NASA,
Mhm.
the shuttle, and once again, I have to give a shout out to the brother that was from my hometown of Pomona. that went out in space. Awesome, dude.
Yes.
Awesome. But you give your time to these things. One thing that life and time has in common, people who've passed will give
Mhm.
all the money and their wealth back to come back because they fought to live, not live to die. Even though we must see our Maker someday,
Mhm.
we still have a purpose to live.
Yes.
So watch how you live and manage your time. N-
Yes.
Anything else, Skittles?
No. Not at
Okay,
all. You said it all.
let's talk to the people with number two.
All right, number 2, rest as a core component of well-being, not a reward. That's a good one. Let's talk about it.
Rest, a core being. A lot of times, even in medicine, we listen to our doctor. What's the first thing he talks to you about? Rest.
Yes.
A lot of times we just keep going, going, going because we're chasing dreams that someone else gave us. We chasing dreams that become our nightmare. So if we can just wind ourselves down, be thankful for what you got. Remember that song? Just be thankful for what you got, my brothers and sisters. I know I can't sing, but it just was on my spirit to tell you that. So try to get as much sleep as possible. Sleep apnea is real. I never thought I would be suffering from it, but I do. But you can live with it and you can overcome it. You just have to sometimes listen to your doctor, get good sleep, and continue to be mindful of your thoughts. Number three, Skittles.
Yes, just to end on that one, on a woman's perspective, women are taught to keep going, to push through, exhaustion, and to only rest when everything is done. But the truth is, rest is not something you earn, it is something you deserve. Taking time to rest is a form of self respect and care for your mind, body, and spirit. Just had to put that in.
Thank you. That was wonderful because you're right. Women are strong. Women fight to the end because they see the purpose. And the purpose is the motherly love that women have for children and this earth.
Yes.
We see it in our plants, we see it in our atmosphere, and we see it with our animals, which we all say Mother Nature.
Yes. All right, moving on to number 3, challenging and what is that? Productive based self worth. Oh, that's a good one. Per- Perfectionist and productive based self worth. Hmm.
Base self worth. It's about who you are. See, no one can change that but you. If you want
True.
someone to see you like someone else, then that's what they're going to see you as. But if you want them to see you for who you are, be who you are. Base self worth because you are worth something. I know this. You worth a lot to the federal government. That's why they have your social security number. They want to know how much money you bring in. They want you to pay all these taxes because you're helping paying that debt. That did you get any money? What did they send you in the last 2 years and how much? So sometimes look at that beige report that they come out with and start seeing on how much of that debt they already have you going to pay and your children going to pay. Whenever there's a child born into this world, They say, hey, social security number, because they know the children are worth. Our youth is our strength. So they take your youth, guess why? To pay off the national debt. Because if the elders pass away, who's gonna pay that debt? China's not going for an empty check. China want their money. So remember, you are worth more than they know, sometimes more than you even know.
That is true. And a lot of pressure is placed on women to be everything at once: perfect, successful, strong, and constant productive. But your worth is not defined by how much you accomplish. You are valuable simply because you exist. And it is okay to have moments where you are not performing at your highest.
Correct. It sounds sometimes that we just forget that. We get
Yes.
lost in our life. We get lost in how we are trying to be like someone else.
Yes.
When we
Agree.
all should get together as a community that you're in or you're close to and start talking about these things. How can we make it better for each other?
Mhm.
Not just about where you come from, how you look, what kind of clothes you buy, because everyone comes together when it's time to buy off the internet. Everyone
Mhm.
comes together when they say there's going to be a national disaster. You notice everybody meet up at the stores. No matter.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 99-cent store. I don't care if it's Albertsons. I don't care if it's Big Five. Everybody's
Mhm.
going to be there to get the same necessities to live.
That
And it
is
don't
true.
matter when we have a national disaster, half of your block could be wiped out. But those who left, guess what? They help each other. No matter skin color, no matter what. It's all about communities helping communities to survive. Number four is Skittles.
Yes. Number 4 is creating lives that reflect personal values rather than external pressure.
External pressure. Read that one more time for me, please.
Are creating lives that reflect personal values rather than external pressure.
Creating lives. External pressure. Because every day we wake up with pressure. I'm surprised everyone has not went crazy and did things that will change, you know, our perception of life. And all it's about is work, work, work. Sometimes I met this Asian um young lady in college, and we were supposed to be doing a project, and she was real tense and down. So with me, with the spirit that I have, I said, young lady, what's wrong? You know, you're in college, you're doing good, keep it up. And I was older in college, so I had a little bit more wisdom. But I told her, look, everything's gonna be all right. Are you working towards your purpose and your goal? And she said, Mr. James, no. My purpose is I want to do something else. But with my tradition, I have to go to college. I have to get all A's. It's a lot of pressure on the Asian community to succeed. All my parents talk about is work, 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 school, school, school. They don't really talk to me about what do I want, because we must always respect our elders. And I felt kind of alarmed and said, wow, because we always look at certain communities in a different way. So I said, yes, that's good. Work hard, um, education, all that is good. But what about what we call me time? What about the hopes and dreams that I have for myself? Is because Spielberg is one of the greatest film creators. What did he do? Dropped out of college. So sometimes It's okay to chase your dream because college is there. College doesn't all the time give you a job. Now you learn skills, education is important, all these things, but it doesn't guarantee success. The success comes from the individual
True.
that takes that education and finds a skill that they love or a product they sell and they advance in it. So sometimes our outside energy damages our integrity and our inside energy. It makes us feel hopeless. It makes us have less desire to act upon the greatness that we possess inside of us that we want to produce to the world. Number five.
Yes, number five. And to further up on that, number four, women are often told what their life should be like the lady that you met in your college, how to act, what success should be, and what roles they should fulfill. Living a soft life means stepping away from those expectations and choosing a path that aligns with your own values, your own goals, and your own definition of happiness. So she was doing something she wasn't happy at all. And that's
Yes.
sad.
And it was. And I just wish her in time I could
Yeah.
see how it turned out for her. So I'm hoping,
Yes.
because sometimes it's good to give that little mustard seed, something
Yes.
that a person can say, wow, thanks for that. A
Mhm.
profound statement can do a lot for a broken soul.
Mhm.
And we can continue to create, because that's what we talk about, create lives that are in positivity,
Mhm.
change. Just like we're creating lives for the military, we're creating lives for colleges, we're
Yep.
creating lives for politicians,
Yep.
we're creating lives for black leaders that don't lead blacks. And
That
how
is
sad
true.
that sounds, but it is true.
Yep. All right, number five, letting go of all or nothing thinking. Let's talk about it.
Letting go of all. I can just say as a man because, excuse me, I'm not a woman. That letting go of all the stress, letting go. One time I listened to my kid's mother talk. She's, well, my youngest kid's mother. She said something to my 13-year-old. Everyone know her as the boss. She was explaining to her that beauty hurts. Beauty hurts. And I said, beauty hurts is because there's nothing like. Now, everybody don't throw your radio down. I'm a black radio host that have experience. So when I speak on what I experience, it's going to be from a black man. So black women are super beautiful. Some do not have to work hard. They don't have to put makeup on. We call it natural beauty. But to keep up with society and the norm, the weave was invented, certain braid style. So now the old wear your hair in an afro, the old corn rolls that were your hair, and you spent less money because back then we couldn't afford $500 hair weaves. It just wasn't going to happen. So we found the beauty in ourselves. Now the beauty is an outside source. You have to see yourself how other people see themselves rather than each individual seeing themselves as beautiful. So when she said, I said, ooh. Wearing a bra all day, that must hurt. Wearing something tight, that must hurt.
Uh-huh.
So doing your hair at night, rolling it up, putting a scarf on, getting ready, putting makeup on, lipstick, getting purse, getting your clothes ready, then go to work, then come home, then got to take it all off, cook you some dinner, take the high heels, your shoes, feet, brain, back, neck hurt every day. And I said, you absolutely right when I thought about it. Beauty hurts. So hopefully in this soft girl movement, we can find ways that women can just take a 10 down some notches. If we can get to a 5 or a 6, it will be less women feel stressed out. Less women feel they got to talk to their mate like I'm going to whoop you. When you know this is your man, when you got with him, did you think he was a wimp? You said I didn't want no wimp. You want a man to stand up for you in the street. But when you disagree with him, you want to talk to him like he can't even defend you. So I think we should tone it down a little bit and remember beauty hurts. So let's see our natural beauty so we won't hurt as much.
No, I agree with you. It is important to understand the growth that does not happen all at once. As a woman, we can be very hard on ourselves when things are not perfect, but life is not about extreme, progress can be slow and it can be impactful, and that is still meaningful.
Yes. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Is this number 5 or number 6?
Number 6, reducing unnecessary stress and reconnecting with joy. Yes, let's talk about that. That's a good one also.
Yes, stress. Who do you go to? Like the song says, who do you run to when you need love?
Right.
I know love starts inside you. It was a saying that I heard from a therapist saying that happiness is in you. No
Mhm.
one can make you happy because only you can make you happy. But they can aid to your happiness. So each day you wake up, each day you go to sleep, enjoy your happiness because it's about you. And that don't mean be selfish. A lot of people out there, when y'all listen to this, yeah, that's why I love myself. No, some of you love yourself too much. And that's why we can't have a community because individualism is not a community. You're in a community of one. You're in community of just your household. But when they take the street from in front of your house and give you rocks, roads, you're going to want them to come pave your front of your house. So if you don't want teamwork and you don't want to be a part of a system that is groupism, then you
Yeah.
need to go on a little island by yourself because it don't exist.
Yep.
It don't exist. You can have there are very few people that have success on their own,
Mhm. True.
and it don't last long. Anything you want to say about that, Skittles?
Yes. So, women carry many responsibilities, and it can be too easy to lose sight of joy while trying to manage everything. A soft life is about being intentional in releasing what does not serve you and making space for what brings you peace, fulfillment, and happiness. And I think that was all of them.
Yes, number 6. Okay, that was a lot, but it was
Hmm.
interesting. It was
Yeah, no,
good to
it was.
know. Yes, is oh, go ahead, Skittles.
Oh no, it was interesting. At the end of the day, a soft life is about honoring yourself. Is about choosing peace, settings, boundaries, and allowing yourself to live in a way that feels balanced and fulfilling.
Yes, boundaries. Boundaries are so important. When
Yes.
you learn how to manage a boundary,
Mm-hmm.
manage your feelings, is because how you express yourself, someone else have those same feelings. They say men are not emotional. Well, I say this. When you go to the doctor and they take your blood, they want to see what and why you have this stress, you have this tension, and they try to give you coping mechanisms. Why? Because your emotional state is unbalanced. Men have emotions just like women. Each
Yes.
one of those six core fundamentals of soft life that is a component of the feminist movement. Men can say that in the masculine movement.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of them is a necessity that we must live by. You can't be hardcore all the time. You have to laugh. Not laugh consistently because someone would think you're not passionate in what you do, or you're not listening to them, or they might think you're just making fun of them. But you don't have to mean mug. You don't have to look at people like they're crazy. You don't have to snap your neck. You don't have to always thinking someone's out to get you. You don't have to always be when you go in the grocery store. Why they always watching black people? They probably just wanted to say hi.
Right.
Not all the time. I go to the store a lot. Now I'm not saying it don't happen because it do. And I'm just gonna say this while I have a chance. I was surprised. I heard that the man that they arrested that was trying something at the where Donald Trump was black. I said amazing. The United States is changing as we see it. How many black men do you know that can go somewhere and they don't notice a shotgun, a handgun, a bulletproof vest? You going in, you can't go in the 99-cent store without them looking at a black man like, wow. But this guy got in, I don't know. Sometimes conspiracy is a conspiracy. I'll leave it at that. Just hopefully who chooses to look into to embrace the soft girl movement. Also, men, try to look into it, understand it, because you might have a mate, a sister, a mother that needs you to be soft. Because you don't have to always be dominant over your mate. You don't always have to be the tough guy. You don't always have to be mad because you feel America doesn't recognize you. You don't have to take it out on your women. And we need to stop that. And we need to
Right.
stop taking that on our daughters and we need to grow them up that's
Yes.
knowing there's peace out here just as well as violence.
Yep. I
So,
agree.
ladies, be strong, be vigilant, love on yourself because beauty hurts, but we can do something else. We can be soft and let that beauty come out of us so we can be strong, take our communities back, love our kids as we used to. Then we can call out to the men and say, women, we have started going back to get us together. The woman kingdom is healing itself by itself. So, men, won't you follow suit? Find you something that you can find a cause to make manhood better so women can stop saying There's not a lot of good black men out there. It's just we're just uneducated where the real men are, and we seeing really boys. Because a man is cherished. A man is someone who is strong when he needs to be strong. Is someone you can talk to. Is someone you can hug on. It's someone who gives you life inside you. So that life that he puts inside you can be born. Because without the man, there is no woman. And without the woman, the man can't make anything. He can just fertilize nothing. He needs the woman. So today, hopefully, a lot of people will listen to this show and realize this is a cry that's coming not only from America, but the depth of Africa. Blackness is reigning supreme in this world, and no one can take that from 'em. They have tried, but guess where we at today? Still strong, still black, and like they say, black don't crack. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you again for tuning into the James Bouquet Studios. And me and
Yes.
Skittles is gonna go to the next segment, which is sports.
Yes, sports. Let's talk about sports. So let's go to the NBA playoff and energy heating up. All right, let's start courtside. NBA playoffs are beginning the pressure. The Los Angeles Lakers are still fighting to stay alive, and all eyes are on LeBron James. Even this deep in his career, he is still putting up numbers. Like it's year 3, not year 20 plus. But the West is stacked. No easy wins right now. Across the league, younger squads are showing no fear. Fast paced, heavy scoring, and defense getting greedy. This is the time where stars are made, are exposed.
We know who LeBron is, but
Yes.
LeBron is letting people know I haven't left yet.
Right.
And the Lakers is playing right now. I don't know the
Yes.
score, but I'm here with you and Bob and
I
James
mean,
Bouquet Studios, me
yep.
and Skittles, tuning in at 106.5 and 1050 AM. And this is the James Kane Experience. And you can find us at jamescaneexperience.com, or you can also go to James Bouquet Experience YouTube. LeBron is someone that you look at for your generation.
Yeah.
The next generation won't see a LeBron. At 41 years old, it's unheard of on how he's playing with very younger men. That shows hard work, dedication, and also a great diet. See, LeBron, you can see he puts a lot into himself to keep his nutrition correct. His nutrition, so he enjoys playing. So mentally, his thoughts are, I'm still 30. I was going to say 2025, but it was 30. So how many people have you seen at 40 some? Michael Jordan couldn't do it. Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe might have, but that was a freak accident. The guy stepped on his foot. Understand that. But at this high level, there's no one going to do it. It's just like Tom Brady.
Yep.
No one is playing in their 40s like these guys. These guys are amazing. It's because God is with them. And It's one thing I want to throw out there to people who watch sports. God loves us all. And when you win something, you always say, I thank God for giving me this win. You don't think God is with the losers? So it's weird because no one said, I thank God for losing. Because God tells us 7 years of prosperity and 7 years of famine. He knows that just as much as you win, just as much as you're going to lose. But it's what you do when you lose turns you into a winner. So I just want people to understand that when you have your child and you're pushing them through CIF or any kind of sports
Yeah.
for the youth, and Boston is our rivalry, but Boston shows looking good right now. I have to
Mhm.
give it to the Celtics because they revamped. Jason Tatum was out, but he's looking good. But I don't want Boston to win because I hope the Lakers win tonight. When we get off this show, hopefully
Yeah.
the Lakers have won and we can get to the next round.
Right.
Okay, you have anything on the Dodgers?
Yes. Early let's talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are doing what they do, winning games and staying consistent early in the season. Strong pitching, clutch hitting. They look like contenders already around the league. Teams still figuring out their rhythm. It's early, but every win counts.
Yeah.
Baseball ain't a spirit, it is a marathon. But you better not fail behind early. Come on, Dodgers.
Yes, Dodgers will be there. Dodgers doing what Dodgers do. They're going to be great. They'll be there in the
Yes.
end. Right now, they're figuring it out. They have new players, new
Yep.
time, and only time I start worrying is when September comes. Other than that, I know it is a marathon, and we're barely into May. April is ending. This is just the
Yes.
beginning, and they have won a quarter. Like in football, they say 4 quarters.
Yep.
Um, that's how we can look at it in any sports. When you put it in fours, you can say, okay, how do we do here? How do we do there? You need to do better. This is winning time. Because when that fourth quarter comes, that's when you have to do your best for winning time. I
Ye-
think the Dodgers pitching is quite amazing, but I think their rotation and something's going wrong in baseball because as fans we don't get to see our uh the key players, pitchers. Um, it doesn't matter, no matter what sport it is, except hockey. Now that's strange. Just for a moment, hockey, they fight very much contact, strong.
Yes.
It's just exciting. I
It
I I
is.
have never went to a game.
Oh,
I
you
watch
should
it on
go.
TV, but someone told me that hockey is better in person than it is on TV.
That is true. I went to my first Ontario Range game and it was exciting.
So, why they're not always hurt? I just said that. I said all that to say hockey players go out there, fight half the night, get up and with no teeth, get in there and come back the next night or the night after and be ready to put it on again on ice. I don't know. There's something about that. We need to look into it because they're athletes too at its highest level. And how are they keeping this nutrition to continue to fight? They're boxing, they're swinging, they're skating, they're using their feet, and they still get back on that ice and give it everything they got. I tip my hat to them.
Yep.
Anything else, Skittles?
Yes. Listeners, don't come for me, but I know it's off season, but let's I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of NFL. So the Las Vegas Raiders are making moves trying to rebuild and come back stronger this season. Draft pick trades and off season workouts are shaping what we'll see in a few months. Champions don't start in the season. They start right now in the off season grind.
Go Raiders.
Right.
Now, the Raiders had a wonderful draft, my perception, because I'm inland Raider and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take my access, take my cane out, and get in there and cheer for those Raiders. Fernando, Mendoza, on and on. I thank
Yes.
you, Raiders, for finally getting things together, putting football minds in football positions, and going back to the fundamentals of what a Raider is. Put it together. So I hope in time we can get enough wins to let the Raider Nation know we're for real and to let the NFL know we're coming and we're coming strong. The Raiders are here to stay in the AFC West.
Right.
So I'll leave you that a thought from Inland Raider. Who are you? A hater or a Raider? So thank you again for listening to the James Kane Experience, the 4 o'clock insights. We always have good news, good topics, and good advice for you. I'll leave you with my saying that I always want to make you think, make you feel better, and know that you have something to live for, a purpose. If your life is not going right, restructure, regroup, refocus on what you have left. Thank you again. This is the James Kane Experience.